Today I want to share something a little different, but also very practical. I'm going to show you how I use ChatGPT to create a realistic morning routine that actually fits my life, and more importantly, how you can do the same for yours. Welcome back to Life Upgrade with AI. This channel is all about using AI in simple, practical ways to make everyday life feel clearer, lighter, and more organized, even if you're not technical and have even never used AI before. Morning routines are one of those things that sound great in theory. We see the perfect versions online: 5 a.m. wake-ups, long workouts, journaling, meditation, cold showers, and it all looks very productive. But for most people, those routines aren't realistic. And when a routine isn't realistic, it doesn't last. So in this video, I want to show you how to use AI to create a morning routine that actually fits your life, your schedule, your energy, and your priorities. Let's start with something important: honesty. Before building a routine, you need clarity about what your mornings actually look like. Instead of copying someone else's system, you can use the following prompt to start the process yourself. I want to create a realistic morning routine. Ask me questions about my schedule, energy levels, responsibilities, and what I want my morning to feel like. Instead of guessing a routine, AI will usually ask things like, what time do you wake up? Do you have kids or early commitments? Do you commute? How much time do you realistically have? What do you want more of? Calm, focus, movement? Answering these questions forces you to reflect honestly instead of aspirationally. This step alone makes a big difference, because a routine should support your life, not compete with it. A lot of routines fail because they try to do everything, but mornings don't need to include 10 habits or steps. They need to serve a purpose. After answering the questions you got, you can say, based on my answers, help me define the main purpose of my morning routine in 1 or 2 sentences. And this is surprisingly important, because before you build habits, you need clarity. Otherwise, you just copy someone else's routine and wonder why it doesn't work. When you define the purpose clearly, it becomes much easier to choose the right activities. If your goal is calm, your routine will look different than if your goal is productivity. This step prevents you from building a routine that looks impressive but doesn't actually help you. Now that you know your constraints and your purpose, you can ask AI to build something concrete. For example, create a simple morning routine that fits my schedule and supports my goal. Keep it realistic and not overwhelming. And this is where AI becomes incredibly helpful, because instead of scrolling through 50 articles or videos, you get something personalized to your exact life in seconds. The key here is simplicity. You don't need 12 steps. You need something you can repeat consistently. But I didn't stop there, because being realistic matters. If the routine feels too long or unrealistic, you can refine it. My next prompt was, make this routine shorter and more manageable. And another one I used was, adjust this routine for low energy mornings. That's the very beauty of using AI. You can iterate until it feels right. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite ways to use AI, not just for ideal versions of life, but for the tired, busy, and very human version too. Life is not the same every day. Some mornings are busy, some are slow, some are chaotic. You can ask AI, create 2 versions of this routine, one for busy mornings and one for slower mornings. This gives you flexibility. Instead of abandoning your routine when things get hectic, you switch to the shorter version. Instead of feeling like I had to follow one perfect routine every day, suddenly I had options that still supported the same calm feeling that I personally wanted. This is something AI does beautifully. It helps you design systems that work in different seasons of energy. Flexibility is what makes routines sustainable. Now, I wanted to go deeper, and I also wanted to show you how you can continue to work and tweak on your routine. One of the hidden reasons morning routines fail isn't lack of motivation, but from making too many tiny decisions early in the morning. If you wake up and have to decide everything, what to wear, what to eat, what to focus on, Your brain gets tired before the day even starts. You can ask AI, help me reduce decision fatigue in my morning routine. AI helped me simplify what stays the same every day, what gets decided the night before, and just how to make the routine feel almost automatic. These small adjustments can make mornings feel smoother without adding complexity. A good routine should remove friction, not add to it. Then I asked one of the most important questions of all. How can I make this routine sustainable long term? Because the goal isn't a perfect week. It's something that still works months from now, during busy seasons, low energy days, winter darkness, travel, everything. AI is incredibly good at this kind of reflection. It helps you zoom out and design habits that are kind, flexible, and realistic. This is important. A morning routine is not a personality upgrade, it's a supportive structure. That's something I really appreciate about using AI for this process. It turns routines into something flexible and adjustable, instead of rigid rules you feel guilty about breaking. So to recap, here's how you can use AI to create a realistic morning routine. First, get clear on your actual schedule and energy levels. 2, define the purpose of your mornings. The third step is to create a simple structure. Next, you build flexibility for busy days. 5th, reduce decision fatigue if you need it. And lastly, focus on sustainability. You don't need to be techie, you don't need to know any special commands or prompts. You just need to talk to it like you would a helpful guide, and keep asking small, honest follow-up questions. And notice that none of this requires waking up earlier or becoming a completely different person. It's about alignment. When your routine fits your life, it feels supportive instead of stressful. And that's the kind of life upgrade I'm interested in. Small, thoughtful changes that make everyday life better. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I continue to share simple, beginner-friendly ways to use AI to make planning, studying, and daily life feel more manageable. And I'm curious, what do you want your mornings to feel like? Thank you for watching.